The Hanging Tree. Let's start with the right hand because we're starting with just the melody by itself. Now, I like to kind of overuse the pedal for that because I think it sounds spooky for this one, but we can try some different things and see what we like. Here is just the melody, through the first verse there, 7, 8, measure 8. Here we go. And then for the rest of it, you're going to really be playing that same melody again, and then you're adding the left hand chords. And they don't have to be chords. You could also play just the root of the chord, like if it's an A minor chord playing an A, if it's a D minor chord playing a D, that would be, where am I? So we have some creative license here. Another pattern that might sound quite nice would be the root, fifth, root again. So for an A minor chord, we'd have A, E, A. Or for a D minor chord, we'd have D, A, D. And that would sound a little something like this. So, as we've talked about in that chord book, there's so many different ways we can play a chord. We can play the chord itself, we can play an arpeggio of the chord, we could play that root, fifth, root pattern, we could play just the root and the fifth, one at a time or together. So we're going to have some creative license here, right? What I want you to do right now is practice that right hand and then practice different ways you could play the left hand, whether that's just playing the root of each chord or the root and the fifth of each chord or a pattern like an arpeggio or that root, fifth, root. And then we'll start to discover what you like the sound of best. Okay, happy practicing. We'll work on this more next time too. Have a great night.